So you're planning a field trip to the Environmental Education Center. Awesome. But it can feel like, wow, where do I even start? Well, don't worry, in this explainer, we're going to break down the official checklist and turn what looks like a long to-do list into a super simple, stress-free plan for an amazing day.
We've got it all mapped out for you in 5 easy stages. We'll kick things off with getting the official approvals, then jump into the fun stuff, planning your actual program. After that, we'll sort out the logistics like buses and lunch, wrangle your chaperones, and then we'll hit the final countdown. Let's get to it.
Okay, first things first. Before you can even think about the fun stuff, you gotta get the green light. This is the starting line for everything, and trust me, getting these approvals sorted out up front makes the whole rest of the process a breeze.
Think of the approval process in 3 simple steps. It all starts at home base, right on your campus, with your principal's okay. From there, you make it official with the district school leadership by filling out that Laserfiche form. And finally, you bring it home by getting those signed permission slips from every single parent.
Now let's talk deadlines, because this is super important. You've got your big semester deadlines here in November and April. But the real golden rule, the one to write down and circle in red, is you have to submit that official form at least 2 weeks before your trip. That one's a biggie.
All right, paperwork's in motion. Now we get to the really fun part. This is where you actually get to design the adventure and decide what your students are going to learn and experience for the day. Here's the first magic number you need to remember: 30. The center can handle a max of 30 students per group. So when you're planning, just think about your class size in chunks of 30 or less. Simple as that. And here's another huge date for your calendar. Once you've picked your program, you gotta lock it in by sending that confirmation form at least 1 full month ahead of time. This isn't just, a suggestion. This is what lets the EEC team book your spot and get everything ready for your kids. You're gonna see this term half self-guided and might wonder, what's that all about? Well, think of it like a tag team effort. The incredible EEC staff will lead your students for half the day, and for the other half, it's your turn. You and your team get to guide the kids using all the amazing resources on site.
And trust me, you are not going to be short on things to do during your self-guided time. You could lead a hike, go say hi to the animals at the barn, explore the museum, check out the live animals lab. There is so much cool stuff for every kind of kid.
Okay, time to get down to the nitty-gritty. We're going to tackle the 2 biggest questions for any field trip, right? How are we getting there, and what are we going to eat? Let's break it down. When it comes to lunch, you've got 2 pretty straightforward choices. You can order from school or have students bring a lunch from home. If you go with the school option, just remember that 1-month deadline. It's so important for your cafeteria manager. If they bring their own, the name of the game is just making sure every single lunch is clearly labeled. Now, what about getting there? There are basically 3 ways to roll up to the EEC, and the right one for you just depends on the arrangements you've made. Let's take a look. This chart makes it super clear. Option 1 is the EEC bus, which is free. Awesome. Option 2 is when your school orders and pays for a district bus. And then there's option 3, which is a little less common, where the EEC actually handles ordering and paying for a district bus for you. See? All laid out. Now, if you happen to be using that less common option 3, there's a very specific paper trail you need to follow. This slide shows you the 5 key emails you'll have to send. It's basically about making sure the EEC gets copies of all the final paperwork, from the proposal all the way to the permission slips.
A great field trip needs a great team, and that means getting your chaperones organized and ready to go. So let's talk about building your support crew.
The magic number here is 1 to 10. You need 1 adult for every 10 students. And hey, don't forget, it doesn't have to be just parent volunteers. Any staff member from your school can also serve as a chaperone to help you meet that ratio. Okay, listen up, because this is a really, really important deadline for your parent volunteers. They have to be fully cleared through the VOLY system at least 2 weeks before the trip. There's no wiggle room on this one, so you'll want to get the word out to them early and often. And here are just a few final housekeeping items for your amazing support crew. Make sure everyone gets a chance to read the chaperone guide. You'll need to email that final list of names to the EEC 2 days before the trip. And you'll need to gently remind parents that younger siblings can't tag along on this one. Oh, and carpooling? Always a fantastic idea. You've done it. The heavy lifting is over, the planning is done, and the finish line is right there. Let's just run through a quick final checklist for the day before and the morning of to make sure everything goes off without a hitch. The day before is all about those last-minute reminders. You know the drill. Check the weather so you can give everyone a heads up.
Remind them to dress for the outdoors, and please stress that closed-toe shoes are a must. And if you're hitting the gift shop, now's the time to remind students to bring a little cash.
Okay, morning of the trip. It's go time. Your focus is simple. Count heads on the bus, make sure your chaperones are checked in, get the lunches loaded, and double-check you have any necessary medications. And the biggest favor you can do for everyone, have students leave their backpacks at school. Seriously, it makes a huge difference.
And throughout this whole process, just remember that the folks at the Environmental Education Center are on your team. They aren't just a venue, they are genuinely excited to host you and your students for the day.
So really, if you ever hit a snag or have a question, don't guess, just reach out. This contact info is your direct line for help. That's what they're there for.
And there you have it. That's the whole playbook. See? When you break it down, it's not some scary, overwhelming checklist. It's just your step-by-step guide to creating a truly unforgettable learning adventure for your students. You are totally ready for this.